Come in, come in. The show's about to begin. What's up and welcome to YenYorkCity Live. Tonight we have Destrox88x from California, but now he's residing where? Tennessee? Oh, we'll find out. He's a shredder, he's a streamer, he's the guitarist for the band Silverchord. It's an alternative hard rock band with a little bit of metal in there. We're going to find out what makes them amazing. So let's go. We're here, YenYorkCity Live. What's up?
Hey!
What's up, everyone? Welcome in. It's YenYorkCity Live from New York City. And I see you guys coming in. I see Nico. I see Destro. Oh my god. So, yeah, we had a few adjustments. We are back after a little hiatus. We were sick, guys. We were really sick the last 2 weeks. We didn't have the podcast. We finally got the Rona. Finally, I say that because this whole time we didn't get it once. So we've been dodging, I guess, getting sick. But my throat is still a little bit, I'm trying not to. I had a lozenge type of thing for my throat right now. But I'm going to be, trying to feel a little bit better to be on here. The other day we had a drum stream with Luna. What's up, Luna?
Hi.
Don't worry, you're not fired.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we did fix it. So you guys can see all the socials there. Our beautiful guest tonight. We're gonna be rocking out tonight with Destro. He's an amazing shredder, an amazing guy. And his band, Silverchord, is very like it has a 90s vibe to it, and it also has more of like it does have that alternative, but it does have little sprinkles of metal, which I like. So there's a nice little flavor in there, and we're going to talk about what inspired the band, how did they come about, how did they start, how did they form the band, and the origins. And of course, we're going to talk to Destro and find out how he started playing guitar and what made him pick up the instrument to begin with. So, how are you feeling tonight, Luna?
Congested.
He's still feeling congested.
My chest hurts. Coughing.
He got the worst of it. He did get the worst of it. Me, it was more like I got exhausted and I wanted to sleep. Like, it just, Thank you so much, Nico, for the love. I see. Oh, you just subscribed. 33 months.
33 months, babe.
Tier 3, guys. What's up, Ultraviolet? Welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. Thanks so much for coming in. And if you guys are new, my name is Jens, and that's Luna Satori up there. And we do all these podcasts here on Twitch. We've been doing this for now 3 years, and we love showcasing the best musicians on Twitch. And we love discussing about how they became streamers here on Twitch, how they became a musician, and also their live performances and their projects and original music. I love anyone that has original music. I think that's really where I love to explore more. So, we have a platform here where we can share all our friends' original music. So I love doing that. I'm from New York City, born and raised here in the city. And I started these podcasts when we started doing the whole quarantine thing, because I felt like, well, we don't have the venues, we don't have the live music, but I have a lot of friends that do live music here on Twitch. So why not hang out, talk to them, and have this space so that we can be entertained together, right? So it's been a really cool ride, and hopefully we can meet a lot of you guys at TwitchCon this year. We went to the last one in 2019. It was amazing. We did meet a few people, but this year feels like it's going to be more grandiose, so more people that we're going to go and meet up with. Nico's one of them, and he's from California. And our guy, Destro, is from California originally, too. So we're going to talk about his move and everything that's awesome about him. And I hope he's ready for me. Are you ready for me, Destro?
Yeah, I am. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let's get ready. It's Destrox88x here on YenYorkCity Live.
What's going on, y'all? Whoa, what just happened? What just happened? That was really odd. Spotify just decided to stop on itself. So we're gonna continue. Dude, what is happening?
I think maybe is a thing with Spotify and Discord.
A true professional.
In Discord?
Maybe it's
like,
because
I'm just
Discord
gonna restart Spotify.
That never happened before.
or do you have it on YouTube or on another?
No, it's on Spotify. I mean, I can try. I have this song on iTunes, I guess, if I needed to switch to that.
Is it doing that when you guys did the sound check?
That was weird.
No.
I've never had this happen ever.
Yeah, I don't think that ever happened either.
This is really weird.
Nice.
You know what it is? It's because the fan's not on.
We're learning something. maybe because you're shredding the guitar too much.
I guess. Oh my God, Spotify can't handle it. All right.
This is live, guys.
I feel like I should restart.
Yeah, let's restart it. Let's
Spotify pause. Wait. It says something in Discord here. Spotify playback paused while transmitting audio.
Ah, so yeah, Discord's probably blocking it. Interesting.
Why would it do that?
Copyright reasons, maybe? That's
new.
weird.
That's a new thing.
Okay, I'm gonna try iTunes then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, that's really weird.
Breaking guitar
My
amps.
bad.
It can't.
My
It
bad.
can't handle the audio bit rate.
Why would I know that would happen?
No, it's
Sorry.
fine. It's live. This is live. This is why
The
it's
things
live.
we figure out as we go.
Right. Okay. I swear, I better still have this song in my library.
It was going great too.
Yes.
I know.
Vibing.
Gosh. Okay. Let's try this again. Third time's a charm, I guess.
Let's try it.
Cheers, everybody. I hope you guys heard all that.
Yes, we
There was
heard
no
it.
pauses. It didn't pause there.
No, it was perfect all the way through. It was great.
Oh man, yeah, that was really weird.
We got a big raid from Max A Drums. Max, thank you so much for that raid.
Max, what's going on, dude?
Max.
Welcome,
Dude, how was
everyone.
your stream? Whew. What's going on, Max?
Got a lot of
Hey,
fam
take
in
care,
here.
dude. Thanks for coming in.
What do we got in chat? Thank you so much for the
All right.
follows.
Time to sit down.
Candle's in here. What up, Candle? Darius. Ibanez.
Ibanez.
Fire Dragon Girl.
What up, Dragon Girl?
G Tribe. Elvian? I don't know if I said that right.
Thanks so much, guys, for those follows.
Drum Thumping Monkey.
Drum Thumping Monkey.
Nigel.
My nerves are all
Tommy.
like unhinged.
Right.
Thanks for all the follows, everybody. Yo, Garrett, what's going on, dude? Oh, dude, Garrett knows that track. Garrett knows that track. That's high school days.
Yeah, it's always fun and it's comforting when you see your friends that are like fam here on Twitch. Tommy, I see you, Tommy. Come in, and then it just feels like a party. You know, we're just having a party here, and we're just, vibing out. And sometimes that happens. I mean, just like in the beginning with the title and stuff, you just gotta roll with it when it's live. That's what makes it fun too, because it's live. Anything can happen. So if you're there for it, you were there for it, But it's cool because that's what makes it all fun, because it's very spontaneous usually when it's live,
And we made it work.
We made it work. You just gotta roll with it. Yeah, it was weird.
Anyone else have issues with Spotify when they were here?
I don't know if anyone. I don't remember, or if anyone actually used Spotify while playing. I'm not sure. Well, now we know. Don't use Spotify on Discord.
I guess not.
But that was amazing, incredible. Nonetheless, you're an amazing shredder guitarist. And thank you so much for giving us this time and space and being here to get, to know what makes you fucking awesome. I mean, obviously your guitar skills are amazing. And we want to get to know, how did you even become such an amazing guitarist, and what made you pick up a guitar? And I know we're going to talk about your band, and we're going to talk about original music and how you started on Twitch. How's your 2022? Yeah. I can't believe today's the last day of July, guys. We're like... Yeah,
that's crazy.
Really in 2022 now. How has your year been, and how's everything else going with you?
The year's been good, actually. It's been going really fast. But I got a new job not too long ago. It's been a lot better, a lot less stress than my previous job. So whenever that's happening, you can't really complain, so that's always good, which has been good because that's helped me focus more on like streaming and family more, and my mixing, because we're self-producing all of our Silverchord stuff, and so that's kind of the reason why it's not out yet, is just because life kind of gets in the way.
Yeah. Oh, and I gotta give a big thanks again, because I see Max is on his way out because he's in Sweden. Guys, if you're not following Max,
thank you so much, Max. I hope you're doing
follow
well, man.
Him. Amazing person, beautiful person here on Twitch. He does all kinds of streams, from drumming streams, guitar streams, bass streams.
Yeah, Max is awesome.
Max the Machine.
He's one of my favorite dudes in the world, I swear. So go follow him. Thank you so much for the love, for the raid, and everybody that came in with him. I appreciate you guys. Hope you get some good rest. I hope to see you on your next stream. Thanks so much, Max. We love you. So it's been
people are changing color on my stream.
Oh, they're changing to mess you up.
Are people doing that?
Yeah, they can do that. I have it all turned on if they want.
Nice.
A lot of purples.
Yeah, Nico just turned it to like aqua. It's like...
Oh, to confuse everybody.
I like your shirt.
Oh, right? Okay. The shirt. Okay. I saw a guy walking at Disneyland with this shirt, and it was in black.
Oh.
And I'm obsessed with Godzilla as it is. And I literally did a double take though, because Godzilla's playing left-handed guitar in this shirt, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is made for me."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's my two things about me that I love so much. Instantly went online like the next day, bought it in green. I was like, "You can customize the color." I'm like, "Yes, let's go."
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite shirts.
I realized that you're a big Godzilla fan, so I threw on my Godzilla shirt.
You gotta stand up now.
With the crazy shrine behind me. There's so many posters. It's even more intense than just that. Like,
the love is real for Godzilla.
It's amazing.
Yeah, growing up, me and my brothers and my cousins, we used to just watch those old school Godzilla.
Yes.
Oh, I loved it.
I cried on Godzilla 1985.
Oh yeah, I could see that. That's a great one.
Yeah, when he died in the volcano.
Yep. Yep. My dad, I remember like got kind of like VHS tapes of Godzilla, like was my babysitter for the longest time. This was like when Sci-Fi Channel first came out in like 90, 92, 93, something like that. They had like
Yeah.
Godzilla movie marathon on the weekend, and he VHS recorded everything.
Like Monster Night or something, like Monster something.
Something like that. I just remember always having to fast forward through the commercials. They even played like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Oh,
Dude, yeah, it's so good.
great. Yeah, I love that shirt, and you got it in green. So when you, if you have a
Yeah.
green screen, then it'll just be any color you want.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I kind of just got it green because Godzilla, but yeah, it does
Yeah,
work in
it
that.
does work.
I use this shirt to cover the chair when I do like a sit-down green screen stream.
Oh, that's
So-
smart.
Yeah,
Green.
Green. Oh, you did
they're all
that.
green.
Somebody did that on your
Yep,
on your stream. Yeah.
that's Nico.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect timing, Nico.
Your camera's
It
a
is
little
good.
blurry there on you. It's focusing on all the Godzilla stuff.
As it should be at the moment. That's awesome. So,
What's going on, Matt? I see Matt in there.
Matt Scurfield, welcome in, honey. Thanks so much for coming in. Another amazing drummer here on Twitch.
Oh, is my camera all out of focus?
Yeah.
Is that?
It's focusing on all the Godzilla stuff.
I see that. All right.
It's like, we want to see this.
Temporary blackout.
So he has a lot of collectibles, I bet.
That's awesome.
Oh, my wife says I have a problem.
It's like my brother with Zelda stuff. Like his wife, I guess, doesn't mind because, they both love Harry Potter and Zelda. It's like, fine, if I can have my Harry Potter, you can have all your Zelda stuff. It's a compromise.
With
Yeah.
all the with Godzilla being on a hiatus for a while and they're coming out with the new movies, I was so pumped.
Yeah, I actually love the new. I think the MonsterVerse is done really well.
Yeah.
I think Godzilla vs Kong was really good. I like Godzilla, the King of the Monsters, just because you got Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra in there.
The
That was
classics
so
in there, yeah.
Classic, yeah. But I mean, even the 2014 one with that Mewtwo, like having a new monster, they did pretty good, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But
So which
yeah,
one
they
was
started
your
filming for the
favorite?
sequel of Godzilla vs Kong. What was that?
Which one was your favorite then out of all of them?
Out of all the new ones, or out of like the entire collection?
That's a hard question. That's a loaded
The
one,
entire
right?
It is a
collection's
hard
gonna be
question.
big. Yeah, there's a lot.
You almost have to pick a favorite out of each like era, whether it be like the Showa era, the Hensai series, or the Millennium series.
Showa's always
'Cause-
classic. That's like
Oh,
the first,
so good. 70s are
run.
the best.
Oh,
yeah. I think out of the old school ones, I think Godzilla versus Gigan is one of my favorites.
Yes.
But if out of all of them, Invasion of the Astro Monster.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That's the one where like the Zillions are up in space and they like say they need Godzilla's help to like fight Ghidorah, but they trick the humans into just mind controlling them, and then they just set them all on like Earth. It's so good.
Oh, that
one of
sounds
the
like that would
best.
be mine. Because it's like space.
It's really good.
Yeah.
That's the one where Godzilla does like the jumping dance thing after he.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Ghidorah.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you have a lot of effects.
I could talk about this all day.
I know. We get excited
Yeah, I
when we're
told-
passionate about
I told
something.
Yen, I'm like, your entire podcast is gonna be all about Godzilla.
Because he is obsessed. He's obsessed too.
Oh, yeah, I play guitar too. So.
By the way,
what is guitar? Can you make the Godzilla sound on your guitar?
Shit, actually,
it was made by an instrument
Alexander
too.
666 can.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
He sent me a video that was like an exact sound of a Godzilla roar that he accidentally did on his guitar. It was like dead on. It's pretty hilarious.
Wow.
Do you know that song Godzilla? Throne says.
Oh yeah, Bloister Colt, duh.
Yeah, that was like
I
one of my
used to
first
request
songs.
that in the car all the time.
When I was
as a
like
kid.
4 or 5, that was like my first song I learned on drums.
Oh, nice.
So what was your
the kick
first?
pattern at the beginning.
Yeah. It was the live version though. It wasn't the original like album track because the live version was so much better with like
Yeah,
all
the live
the
version's so good.
the drum solo in the middle. It was so cool.
I'm gonna make you play it soon. Nico said.
It hasn't been requested in a while. Go for it.
Do it.
I love playing that.
So what was your first song you ever learned? When did you
First
start
song
playing
that-
guitar?
First song that I ever learned on guitar, start to finish, was "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica.
Nice.
You're living your best life right now. Last night, guys, he had the only stream with all this Metallica playing. Like he was.
Metallica marathon last
Woo!
night.
I was so so happy
yeah?
watching you because I'm like, yes, honey. I'm like, you killed so many. Every Metallica song, he was just like, damn. And it's like, wow, for us kids that grew up on Metallica, right? We're living the times right now where they're like, a lot of these young kids are discovering Metallica through Stranger Things. And it's like, you know what? That's pretty freaking cool, okay? Because
it really
it's
is
bringing something back that it's just, it's making people more aware of what other music other than what's really top 50, popular stuff.
Yeah.
So I love it. And seeing people go into streams and requesting it on every musician streams for different reasons, like Master of Puppets. Right.
I actually really wanted to open with that song because that song is actually a huge staple of why I picked up the guitar. And
wow.
But I just thought it'd be too cliche because of recent events.
We can always close up with that one. I mean, I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing 2 other originals, but
we
that
could do.
song I kind of I chose because I don't know if anyone's heard of Night Rage, but that song right there was actually the first like crossover song for me. I used to hate screaming metal with a passion. Like I couldn't stand it. And like my bandmates were trying to get me into like, all the amazing stuff that was coming out at the time, like Killswitch, As Lay Dying and all that, And I just couldn't get into it. And I was still stuck in like 80s metal mode, like, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, Eister, stuff like that. And there was a band called Mystic Prophecy, and they had this amazing guitarist that a lot of people probably know named Gus G, who's been in several different power metal bands and stuff. And he had another project called Night Rage, and I expected it to be like, like his other stuff. And that was the first song that I put on. I was like, what the fuck I was like, this is nothing, like, because it's crazy screams and it's like blast beats and all this other shit. And as soon as I grabbed that album, I just learned to like listen to guitars only and kind of cancel out the screaming because I didn't like it at the time. And then it just started growing on me, and then it just branched out. And obviously In Flames was like the second band I got into that was screaming, and then it just kind of went from there.
Wow. So do you remember your first guitar ever that you picked up? What was your first axe?
So I didn't want to play guitar, actually.
No?
I wanted to play drums.
What?
Yes. I used to take just drumsticks and I'd line up a bunch of like couch pillows, and I would just sit and pretend and play along to like Injustice for All. And I would just do that in like 4th and 5th grade. And I remember actually trying to build a band in 5th grade. I was like bugging my 2 friends. I'm like, just tell your mom to get you a guitar, dude. My mom's gonna get me a drum set this Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it never happened. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. They're like, you're not getting a fucking drum set. You're out of your mind. They're like, you're getting a guitar. I'm like, I don't want to play guitar. But no, I got a guitar 6th grade for Christmas. God, what year was that? 2001? 2002 maybe. I just passed like 20 years on guitar.
Wow.
But I got a Squier Stratocaster, and it was a Sunburst. That was my first guitar.
Nice.
I don't have anymore though. But yeah, I love that guitar.
Do you still have it?
I learned. No, I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
I don't have a lot of my early guitars actually.
No, you sold it to get like new guitars? Because I know a lot of our guys do that.
Yeah, I did do that actually. I had an Ibanez, like a cheapy Ibanez, because like left-handed, you couldn't really. Selection wasn't as broad as it is now. I feel like you just kind of got screwed. Like anytime I went to Guitar Center, I was like always playing just one. There was like one Ibanez that was left-handed. That was it. And all my buddies got to play everything. All the cool Dimebag models, fucking Davis Dane used to have like some sick-ass Flying V models back in the day.
Oh yeah, the Flying V's.
And, the James Hetfield Explorers. I mean, that's like the dream guitar. Like, but it never came left-handed.
Really? So it's more rare, obviously, but
yeah.
That's your dream guitar?
I would say so. James Hetfield is like he's why I picked up guitar.
Wow.
He's the man.
So
a very rhythm guitar based. I can do leads, but I wouldn't call myself a lead guitarist.
But I mean, I don't know, chat. I think he can do it all, from what I see.
Don't ask me to do sweeps. Please don't. Please don't.
Have you tried playing righty?
I've messed around a couple times back in the day, but it's like I just get so frustrated. I'm like, why would I try this? I'm not ambidextrous, so I just know I can't. I can actually play a right-handed guitar upside down better than trying to play a right-handed guitar better.
You can be like
Eric Gales.
Was that double neck guitars that are like right and left-handed?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Freaking God, what is that? Michael Beto.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That guy's
just
crazy.
Who plays one of those on stream on Twitch?
I don't think anybody does on Twitch.
Oh, I don't know about on Twitch.
Imagine.
That'd be crazy. Maybe Herman Lee has one. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe.
I don't even think he has one. He should have one. That'd be crazy.
Did you see his room?
His room is nuts.
With the wall of
so
guitars.
many-
It's literally
yeah,
it's literally Guitar Center. Just
yeah, right.
you just
Every
go in there.
guitar.
It really
A
is.
wall of guitars.
It's so good.
What are you playing on now?
I'm playing on Schecter. I have 3 Schecter models. My first Schecter was my Hellraiser. I got that in 2008, 2009, and I actually traded in some guitars for that. I kind of wish I didn't trade in the guitar I traded in for it. I had a BC Rich Warlock that was a Floyd Rose too, and it's like now I wish I still had it, especially because I'm planning on for the month of October we get like super over the top with the holiday, and the whole stream gets like Halloweened out, like over the top, like it's ridiculous. And I'm gonna be Eddie Munson the whole like month of October, so I'm starting to build like the costume, and I wish I still had that because they don't make his like they're making that, you know, they make that Stranger Things Warlock, but it's only in right-handed.
Ah, of course it is.
Yeah, BC Rich doesn't
Oh,
even make left-handed
wow.
guitars. There's none on their website, which is crazy because they used to have them. I don't. It's really weird. But
What are
But
the
yeah,
most known left-handed guitarists out there?
most known left-handed guitars.
You guys know?
I don't know if there's like one in particular, but I would say if you had to probably think of one, I guess like just a left-handed Strat, just because of like Hendrix would probably be like the most iconic, and Kurt Cobain used the Strat too.
Were they left-handed?
And a Telly. Yeah, they were lefties. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you know what's another crazy thing too? Have you guys heard that story of like Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, and there was a couple others. I think Jimi Hendrix. No, maybe not Jimmy, but there was a couple other stories where they were all left-handed people or players, and they all had white lighters when they died, and they all died before like age 20.
27.
27. Yeah, and I remember
Yeah.
finding this out when I was 26, and
Oh,
I was
no!
like, and my lighter was like just a blank lighter at the time, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like trading my lighter like instantly. I'm like,
Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
dude, yeah.
Protect me at all costs. They had a white
No,
lighter, guys.
seriously. I'm not important. Leave me
I'm
alone.
lefty. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
27th club.
Who finds that data out? Who knows if it's true? I mean, it's probably one of those like urban legend
Conspiracy
kind of
theories.
things, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
but we were talking before we started the podcast, guys, about you ordered something, and then we were just talking about like the Satanic Bible or something. It was like a joke we said, and then you said you got something in the mail, like weird
Yeah, I
stuff
ordered-
like that.
Yeah, that is weird. I ordered a phone case from Amazon, and they also sent me with my phone case in a padded bubble mailer from Amazon. This isn't just like random guy down the street. This is Amazon. They sent me a nighttime or a bedtime satanic stories or something, and it was like a legit dude. The thing was like actually like that thick, and there was all this shit. It was like legit. I was like, what the hell is this? It was crazy. I was really
I
weird.
asked him if he had nightmares that night or he burned it or threw it somewhere.
I tried looking it up like to see if it was like a thing at Amazon, and it wasn't. So I'm like, was some guy just working there, just like.
Let me just fuck with this guy.
Let me go and convert
everybody's
go
stuff.
convert people. We just throw this in everybody's packages.
So weird, like a pamphlet or something.
Spread the word, Damien.
It's like they end up getting calls at Amazon, and then they're like, "All right, whose bright idea was to throw these inside the packages?" And there's always that one guy that looks suspicious enough that would do something like that.
Yeah, of course, always
Just stand out.
That's so random, though. And with a phone case.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
know it's not like I got like a metal album or like a patch for like a vest or some weird thing.
Phone case. This guy looks like he could use this.
It's like a blank phone case. Wasn't like so weird.
You didn't have.
And this guy needs this.
Let's add some
Kind
spice
of
in
guy
his
orders
life.
a phone case.
That's hilarious. Well, what's the weirdest thing that ever happened at a show? That's one of the questions I always like asking. Like,
At a show that I played or a show that I've actually like just been a viewer of, or both.
Both. Let's just go with both.
You might as well.
Why not have both?
You brought it up.
Let's start with the less severe one, I guess. So I'll talk about my band. We always used to play at this place in Newport Beach called Hoagie Bar Michaels. It was like by the airport. It was by John Wayne Airport. It was a pretty awesome venue. The stage was pretty good, pretty good size. They had a bar and everything like that. And they would always try and cut our set shorter than they told us what it was supposed to be. And I'm sure that's obviously because people ran late and shit like that. But it had Garrett already knows this.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
So
Whoa, Mike Shreds.
Yo,
Coming in
Mike,
with that
what's going on,
raid.
dude?
What's up, my
Let's
dude?
go.
Welcome, Raiders.
That's what's going on, radio.
Just coming in at the right time. He's telling us a
Perfect.
great
Yeah,
story.
it's a great story. I'll
Perfect
back
time.
up a little bit.
For those of you that are just coming in, we have a Destrox88x here on the podcast, on YenYorkCity's podcast. We're getting to know him and some fun facts.
Hell yeah. Yo, Chodenator, what's going on? Welcome in, Raiders.
What's up? Welcome in, guys. If you guys are not following Mike Shreds, another amazing person, Shredder, as you can see in his name, says it all. And he also,
Ripper.
so amazing. He was on the podcast last time, and we had such a good conversation, and we had so much fun. So go give him a follow and go see what everything that makes him awesome. When he does his streams, he also sings and he growls, and just go for yourself. It's nuts. Thank you so much, Mike, for that raid, and welcome
Cheers,
in.
Mike. Hope you had a good stream, man.
So he's telling us the weirdest things that happened to him while he was live with his band. So story time.
Yeah, so we played this venue that we used to play quite a bit. And they would always like try and screw us over with cutting the set short or something like that. And there was one show where we were supposed to be like, I think headlining.
Another raid.
Oh my God! Noises!
jeez.
What?
Noises coming in.
Yo, noises!
Let's go.
Oh, let's go, Noises! Thank you so much for that raid. You just
Double
came
raid.
in.
Holy shit.
We got triple raids
Triple.
today.
First it was
We
Max
got
triple,
Max
yeah,
and
we had
drums,
Max.
and then we got
Mike Shreds.
and
And,
noises.
and Noises. My dude, what's up? Welcome in,
Welcome in,
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, this gets to start over again. For the 5th time.
We're
All right,
getting.
pause your raids for a second. Please. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyone that's planning to raid us, wait for a moment.
Thank you so much for that raid, Noises.
Dude,
You're an
Noises,
amazing
how was your
bass
stream,
player.
man?
How was your stream, guys? We got your boy here. You guys know. You guys were on the podcast, and of course, all of you guys with your suggestions. We had to have another brother here from the community. So Destro, he's telling us right now stories of when he went, performing, and what's the weirdest thing that ever happened while he was performing live. So you just made it in, and he was starting over because Mike came in. Thank you so much, Mike Shreds. And then Noises. Okay. So we're gonna do it now. We're gonna get into story
All right.
time.
Let's
Yeah.
make it through this
I
time.
mean, I guess I wouldn't really say this is weird, but this is like the biggest fuck you we like did as a band to like somebody, and it was pretty awesome. So we played this venue a lot of times. It always cut our set short, and we just kind of had it. And I think we were headlining this show, and they were trying to cut our set short again, and we're like, how are we supposed to have like multiple songs? So what we decided to do was to convince them into having us play one song. They were trying to cut us like right then and there. And we're like, let's just play one. We just got a short one. and we had been practicing and rehearsing a 16-minute long song by Iced Earth called Dante's Inferno, and we just all looked at each other. We're like, let's fucking do this. So we fucking played a 16-minute song that we probably rushed to like 14 minutes. But dude, they never cut the power. They let us finish the song.
Wow.
It was so awesome. Just as like a bunch of high schoolers. We were just so dumb. But that's probably the weirdest thing that happened at a show I performed at. Now at a show that I went to just view, All Shall Perish. All Shall Perish for sure. We saw them at a small venue in Temecula, California. And I want to say this was called The Vault. So this place had like rules where like you couldn't call it the Wall of Death. If a band called it the Wall of Death, they were going to kick the band out right then and there.
What?
Yeah.
That was a rule?
That was a rule.
And that's what it's actually called, though. It's like, how are you gonna take that away from me?
Yeah. So the front man of fucking of All Shall Perish, he's all Eddie. He was all right, guys, let's get together for a wall of hugs.
Wall of hugs.
So he was calling it the Wall of Hugs, and then everybody lined out, and everybody knew what was up, obviously. And then, yo, Matt, what's going on, dude?
Matt Burrows, what up, honey?
Dude, right noises? What a weird ass rule. I don't know. They just wanted
Very
to
weird.
incite violence, I guess.
They don't like the
They
word
want to
death.
incite violence. So this is what happens. They get karma coming to them for this rule, I guess. So the breakdown hits. Everyone rushes at each other. Everyone's moshing for like a little bit. This chick gets knocked out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Out cold. Completely cold. Like, and everyone, they had to stop the song. Everyone like spread out, and they thought they were gonna have to cancel the show. Like they called the ambulance. We had to wait 20 minutes for them to get her out and on a stretcher and everything.
Jeez.
And then
It was the violent mosh pit, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn.
If you've heard All Shall Perish, then
Yeah.
then you can
It
understand.
got
but-
intense.
They weren't hugging.
No, they weren't hugging.
That's why
indeed
they
what-
don't let people do that anymore, because some people are just they go too crazy, right? I remember
Yeah.
we always moshed, and I'm a petite girl, and I think we looked out for each other to not like really do the swinging of the face thing. It was more like
I've
like
never
slam
got-
dance.
I've never
Bumping into someone.
understood the like, what do they call it? The dance, I guess. Like the whole. The
windmill
me,
dancing?
I don't get it. I guess I'm too old. I just feel really boomeroo in that sense. I'm just the guy that just likes to headbang. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I need. Or
It
I don't
always
need to
happened by
swing my
accident.
arms, kick. If I want to do jujitsu, I'll go to a jujitsu class.
Isn't that like more for like metalcore or like?
Yeah.
I think that's like what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
crowd is.
The breakdown kids that just threw their fists and legs.
Hardcore dancing.
Is it-
Yeah.
is it called like
Ninja
a-
moshing.
Skank dancing or something. I think it's called.
What?
I think that's what they called it.
Skank
Skank dance.
I think that one involves a pole.
That sounds like a totally different dance, babe.
I could have
Like
sworn
the
that's what they
Denny's,
call it.
like the Denny's clip that we see going around.
Yeah,
Oh my
Denny's.
gosh.
That's hilarious.
Skanking is
fuck
for
is
ska.
that,
See,
Denny's?
I knew skanking was something.
Oliver, thank you
Oh, that's
so
for
much,
ska. There we go. Yeah.
Dragon Girl, for gifting that sub.
They moved that
To
into
Oliver the
metal and decided to
Skills.
swing their arms a lot harder.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty funny. When I see that, it's like, how did that even happen? Like, these kids just got a gig.
I know.
At Denny's.
Two-stepping. That's a thing?
Oh yeah, the two-stepping.
So that's a
Yeah.
term, I guess.
I couldn't imagine like someone doing like
They were just jealous of the crook walk and stuff like that, so they had to make their own.
doing some break dancing in the middle of the mosh.
Yeah.
Legs flying everywhere.
So what was
Oh,
your
man.
favorite moment performing? That's another good one for a story.
Favorite moment performing? Oh man. No, we never played anywhere like super big. What kind of sucks is we should have had like a super epic performance that never happened. But as far as what actually happened, man, I think one of the first shows that we ever did, we had like I think almost 300 people at, and just as like just getting started in the shows, that was pretty awesome. I think our first time at the Whiskey a Go-Go in Hollywood
you
was
played
probably
there?
yeah. So
Oh, that's
we could have even had a
legendary.
better. we could have. Yeah, there's so many stories there. So many bands' first performance. Metallica's first show was there actually.
The Doors. They used
Oh
to play
yeah,
there all the
everybody.
time. Yeah, like all the like, legends, like the old legends.
So one of the last shows that we were supposed to play before our band broke up in high school, our first band, it's like junior year. Dragon Force was doing their first U.S. tour, headlining tour, for Inhuman Rampage, and we ended up getting on the slot to open for them at the Whiskey, and we were losing our fucking minds because we were like 14, 15. I mean, we were just like, what the fuck? Like,
wait, 14?
Dragon Force. Yeah,
14.
This is like sophomore, 15, 16, I guess. Sorry, this is like sophomore, junior year.
So you guys needed like your parents' permission and
still
stuff.
babies.
Oh, my mom had to drive me to the Whiskey in LA to pick up the tickets so we could go sell them.
Wow.
We sold like 175 tickets. I had people from out of state that I was selling for. And about 3 weeks before the venue, they end up calling us and saying that they need to remove one local band. And they decided to remove us because we're the youngest.
That sucks.
Wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah, we were fucking pissed. It was kind of like the downfall of like, kind of just demoralized. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so sad.
Bad.
I'm so sad. I was so excited, and then this is what happened.
Yeah, and even after we sold all those tickets, we were like, "Yo, we sold you all these tickets." We're like, "Bro,
that's hard to sell that many tickets for like."
Oh yeah,
like,
especially as a kid.
As the kid,
like,
right?
Yeah.
I think like everyone that you sold tickets to would just not show up anymore. It's just like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they're not
and-
playing. No, they're not. You're not going to be there.
And get this, like I always hate bringing this up because I love these guys, but Garrett brings up a good point. They even asked us if we knew another band because they needed to add another band to the show. And there was this band that we went to high school with called Dark Haven, and they're actually like really good friends with them. They were some of the first musicians I ever met when I moved to Temecula, because I used to live in Orange County, moved over to Riverside, which is like about an hour away. So it's like meeting new people in high school kind of sucked. But those were some of the first musicians that I met, and we used to play shows all the time together, and we got them on the show, and both of us had played the Whiskey before. It wasn't like it was anybody's first time, and they ended up keeping them on and kicking us off, even though we referred them to get onto the show.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was just like, that's cool.
Aw, but you guys are still friends?
Oh yeah. No,
Wow.
definitely.
No
So
hard
actually,
feelings.
oh
Aw.
yeah, no, not even close. That wasn't their
their fault.
The
It was
music
the-
industry can be
absolutely.
pretty. The music
why
industry
I
can be
don't-
pretty shitty.
Yeah, I heard that the owner. I've been in Herman Lee's stream a couple times and told that story to some of the viewers, and some of the other viewers said, yeah, the owner of that was at the time for the Whiskey, he got like fired, or like they got new ownership like a couple years later because that shit kept happening all the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad decisions.
So they just take advantage of people. Oh, nice. You sold us all these tickets. All right, now we're gonna kick you off because we intentionally added an extra band to sell a whole nother 200 tickets almost just to kick you off. Like obviously that was their.
It's bad business right there. No.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
It's highway
It's
robbery.
LA.
They just stole your money.
Yeah. So that kind of sucked, but none of my bandmates went. None of them wanted to go to that show. I actually still went to that show. It was pretty sick. I actually got to hang out with Dragon Force a little bit. I was actually chatting with Sam for like an hour almost, who's there, not Herman, but the other guitarist. So that was pretty cool. He was so wasted. They had they had straws in their beer bottles just so they could play without having to like grab the beer. That's how much they love drinking on stage.
Oh man, is there
So
a rule?
hilarious.
Is there? Because I know Adam is in chat. I know you're a big beer drinker, and when he was on the podcast, he showed us a chart of all the beers
Chart?
a chart that he could, like, all the beers that he consumed. He had
during his like recording
Yeah.
sessions.
and it was
Oh,
filled.
really? Oh, that's crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
But
he
crazy.
just launched a new album and it's really good.
Progcraft.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been so fun to see a lot of our friends pop in today. Thank you so much for coming in. Everybody go give Progcraft a follow. It's really fun to see the stories behind the live shows because there's always things that you never see behind the scenes. And this is where we chat about them and we talk about them. So it's always fun. But is there a ritual that you guys do as a band before you go live that you always do? Or is it like stretching? Or I always tell the drummers they need to stretch. Right?
God, it's been so long since I played an actual show. But no, we didn't have anything like super like, not like a huddle or anything like that. I think it was just like, because you're always loading your own gear when you're younger, right? So it's like you're kind of get distracted with that kind of stuff. But just making sure that you didn't not plug something in and then it's you start the show and you're like not plugged in. Not that that's ever happened to me, but
I know what that's like.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I think like a lot of the shows that I played, I was always too young to even drink. So it's like I was
You were
always with a
14,
clear conscience.
15?
Yeah, the last actual like so I did like an acoustic unplugged thing with Cameron, my singer for Silverchord, a couple years back. But we've just been like a project at this point, to be honest. That's probably the best way to describe us, Silverchord, because we've just been like in different places. Unfortunately, we're kind of remote now, even more so than we were when we first started. But
Is it because you moved from California?
it's kind of a bit of that. Like early on, our drummer, Austin DeYaman, he is in Devil Driver, and he used to be in Chimera. He is in Bleed the Sky, if you've heard of them. But he was always touring and stuff when we were first writing stuff. So it's not like we could really get anything going locally. He was always gone. And then me and my guitarist both had little boys, and that kind of put things on like a hiatus for a little bit. And then our bassist has lived up north in Napa, and then it kind of just became like me, Austin, and Cameron working on getting this album going and kind of getting, we got our drum takes, we did some rehearsals, which was pretty sweet, but we never actually got anything going because we never like really pursued getting a bass replacement like at the time for James, just because he was up north. But we rehearsed a little bit and stuff, and then COVID hit, and it's weird because you'd think you'd have more time because you were locked in kind of thing, but it really wasn't. It didn't. I don't know how to describe it. It didn't feel like there was like a lot of extra time.
Is that why you think the whole streaming thing came about? When did you start streaming?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I started streaming when COVID hit. I started streaming. I tried to start streaming a little bit before when I was going through like a job transition, but then I just didn't. Yeah, I had too many audio issues. It took me like forever to find out with my audio setup that I needed to have like two audio cards. But that's a whole other story anyways. But
do you remember? Do you remember the first stream you ever did and what happened?
I'd say the first stream when I started getting consistent was like in April 2 years ago, April 2020, which was like right when we went on lockdown. So, but I actually used to start streaming with just doing improvs for the first like 2 months, 3 months. I didn't do any covers. I'm not sure why I didn't, but sorry, I got like something stuck in my throat right now.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel now that I just got over COVID, guys. And
how are you guys doing, by the way?
I'm trying not to like be rude and like clear my throat all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Because I still have like that aftermath of just coughing all the time, and then it's healing, So you always feel constantly like you have a frog in your throat, and it's the aftermath. But we're better. It's better than having cough attacks and not being able to stream because it's just like way too much, unbearable. And the headaches, I got really bad headaches. That's the way it hit me.
Oh, really?
Everybody gets it differently. We got fevers, and I think just sleeping it off and it's been really hot in New York City. Like, it was 95 degrees, and then we had like a blackout for a day, and so the air conditioners stopped working. We was in the dark.
Oh no.
And then to top it off, we had a fever. So it's like, okay, maybe it's good. So we just sweated it out. We just rested. It's basically just resting it and just sweating your fever.
Yeah, we had like a fever inside like an 85-degree home without air conditioning.
Yeah, for like
oh my gosh.
Sucks.
So that was our experience. So, but we're back. And so we had to come back, hot. So that's why we had to bring you here because, it's all about the fire on your streams. And I think, when I found Destro, he was dressed up like Santa in a bedroom.
That's true.
Oh, do you remember that?
I do. So that's what I was saying. When it comes to October and December, the stream gets dumb.
Yeah.
I
like the
love
border.
October.
The whole border is decked out with like pumpkins and everything everywhere. There's all these commands and the animations pop up. There's all the notifications are like horror movies and stuff. And then when it comes to Christmas, everything is like, just how you'd imagine it on that. And all of December, I have this whole Santa hat and beard thing that I rock. And
yeah, I love it when like streamers and like we all just kind of like deck out our streams for the holidays,
Yeah.
Halloween's like my favorite holiday.
We love getting dressed up for the podcast with each guest. Like last year we were with who did we have last year? I know we had Simon and he was a hippie and we all dressed up like hippies.
Yeah.
That was 1 week. So every week we did we have to be we all have to coordinate with the theme.
We had Wampe on. And he was a doctor, and I was a cop, and you were...
I was a sexy nurse.
A sexy nurse.
Because, I have to play with it, right? And then there was something else. I think it was Drum Face James. He was the guy from...
Clockwork Orange.
Orange, yeah.
Oh, nice.
We all dressed up kind of like...
steampunkish.
Steampunk kind of looking. Yeah, it was fun. I love to dress up for October. So, man, we should have gotten you for October because you're so into it. Some people are not into it. Yeah, some people are not into it. They're like, oh, I don't really
theme out the stream for just like all of us dressed up as a Godzilla character or something.
That was the sub goal for the month was to actually be in a Godzilla costume, and I was like an inflatable costume. It was the worst.
Sick.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
You said it sucked.
It sucked.
You got it.
I must have lost like 10 pounds. I was sweating so much. It was insane.
God.
It was so because I still was like doing everything like I was making Godzilla rock out. Yeah, it was stupid.
It's like
I was
Sunfire
trying to
with
make the tail move and stuff. It was so dumb. It was fun though. It was fun, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think that thing should be worn again. To be honest, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's like a sauna in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you want to throw in one of your songs of your original bands to play on, or?
Yeah, let's do another song.
Yeah, let's do. So yeah, after like junior year, we broke up, right? And then our first band was like 80s metal, it was like Metallica, Iron Maiden kind of style. And then when we got back together after high school, I was like into that screaming type of stuff. So it was a lot more like Killswitch, As Lay Dying, very like based, Atreyu, those other bands, Trivium. And so I'm gonna play something from that band. That band was called Beyond the Ashes. It's all the same guys. My guitarist and bassist from that band are actually currently in Silverchord. So we're talking about re-recording some of this stuff possibly in the future.
I love that smart desk too.
Yeah, I can't sit forever. My back sucks. I can't sit and play guitar. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I tense up when I'm playing fast stuff.
Yeah, you gotta let loose. Gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. Stretch in the back.
I agree.
You got this on iTunes, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
I do. All right, let's do this. This is a song called Silence and Chaos. This is probably my favorite song that we ever wrote just because the riffs are just really juicy. that song sucked the track. The ending sucked the track in the studio.
That's nice.
Let's say that.
So cool.
Yeah,
That's from 2008.
Really, it carries its weight throughout the years. It's pretty cool.
I know. I'd love to fucking retrack that stuff. That mix is so bad. The engineers messed it up so bad. The owner had to give us an extra day, come in himself, and try and salvage the mix.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah. It was.
You didn't have to pay for that, did you?
No, we didn't have to pay for that, but it was like, dude, what the hell? Like, come on. But
yeah, but that sounded awesome, dude. Great
the
job.
sound, everything is just like, oh.
yeah, I love those guitar riffs. I miss playing. Sometimes, I mean, I love Silverchord. I love what we're playing, but I do miss writing those types of riffs for sure.
Bring it back.
Right?
You can always revive them and respin them and do
Yeah,
something
exactly. That's
different.
true.
So we're at the second half of our podcast now. And at this point, I'd like to mention that we are going to be opening up the ability for subscribers to spend at least 3 minutes with us on the podcast. So you can ask Destro questions, ask us questions,
Call in.
add into the conversation. So there's a sub-waiting area on our Discord that you can have access to. If you're there, we'll drag you in for the first half hour. This is going to be open, and then we're going to go back to our regular scheduled podcast.
So if you guys want to come in, like, if noises,
Get your voice heard.
is Mike Shred still in the house, or Adam,
Yo, thanks, Ivanus.
anybody wants to come in and chime in or like get into the conversation and talk and ask a question, a personal question, then get on the Discord, get into the waiting area, and then we'll get your question. So it's kind of like a fun way to get the community also to have a moment with the guests, and then, we'll go from there, and hopefully you get to know a little bit more that maybe we didn't ask the guests, but you want to.
Yeah.
So that's like a fun little thing that we thought, like, call in through the Discord.
Or if you have any
Like,
dad jokes to share.
Do you know how to play Master of Puppets?
Do you know how to play Dragon Force?
Yeah.
So what are your top 5 favorite guitar players of all time?
Oh,
That
top 5.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Top 5. Okay, James Hetfield, for sure.
Given.
My number 1 of all time is Dimebag Darrell. I know there's a bunch of other guitarists that are better than him, but it's just something about what he did for the instrument that's just like blew my mind as a kid, especially when I was getting into guitar. So James Hetfield, Dimebag Darrell, John Schaefer from Iced Earth, the guys Gallops are another reason why I wanted to play guitar. Gosh, 2 more. I thought it was 3, and I only wrote. I'm trying to even think about the other 2. God.
John
Extra.
Petrucci?
Extras.
Honorable
mention of-
John. I love John, and I've seen Dream Theater 4 times, and I used to
Wow.
be very obsessed with Dream Theater.
I did not know this about you.
Oh, it's just that it used to be my dad's favorite band, 100%.
That's Luna's favorite band.
I am not your dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, the first time I heard Pull Me Under, like as a young kid, I was like, what is this monstrosity? But I saw them on 6 Degrees tour,
Ooh.
Train of Thought, Octavarium, and what was the one after Octavarium?
Systematic Chaos?
Yes. Saw them on that one.
So you're like the.
I wish I would have seen them on Scenes from
That's
memory.
my
That would have been.
favorite.
Yeah, scenes
That
would have
would've
been
been-
really
yeah.
nice. That's like
That-
early days.
Yeah, my mom and dad went to that show actually.
Wow.
But they didn't take me to that one. Oh, maybe it was my dad and stepmom at the time. Anyways.
I'm
But,
here, Destro.
yeah.
I'm lurking hard with a very funny story imminent. You look good, though.
Oh, God.
Sending all the love for anyone reading. Rhett is unbelievable to work with as an artist. Luckily to have a best friend like him and share a musical bond.
Oh, that's
Cheers, brother.
beautiful.
That's the singer,
That's an
Silverchord.
applause right there.
But your name is Rhett?
Yes,
Yes.
his name is Red.
I didn't know that.
It's like hard for people to have different like a stage name and then their actual name. I'm always the one asking, "What's your real name?" And then they're like, "No, you could just call me by my, like my Twitch name." So it's always weird because it's like, okay, there's so many Chris, there's so many Matts, and Mikes.
Yep.
So then so you kind of have to like have a difference between them because they're all like Mike's or Chris or like
Mike Shreds. I'm waiting to drop a real plot twist
His
one
name's
day.
not even Mike, I bet.
His name is actual Shreds.
His name is Shreds, yeah.
Mike, do you want to call in and ask a personal question or anything on the Discord if you're there?
Yeah, it's open for subs and VIPs.
Yeah, he's a VIP. Oh, Mike needs a VIP badge, babe.
Oh, well, Mike.
Yeah, everybody that's
Right,
on.
Oliver?
Yeah, everybody that's on the podcast automatically gets a VIP, and then of course all your commands stay. So if you put your name or your band name, and you get all the list of socials there too.
So I think Prague. Is he talking about Silverchord?
Oh, snap!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I hate to say to be the bearer of bad news. Like apparently, right after we fucking launched our stuff, another Silverchord with a different spelling, like CORD, like it's supposed to be spelled. Yeah, they're I don't know, whatever. Props to them. We have a trademark on our name. We actually own it, so I don't give a shit, to be honest.
Oh no. Oh yeah, because I did see that on Spotify, and then
they sound just like a band called Era. Like literally, they're not doing anything original. But that's okay.
Oh, bummer, dude.
We just need the right person to hear a Silverchord song, and hopefully we'll be that next big rock band. Because when's the last time there's been like a good rock band?
Well, that's why I have hope for things like Stranger Things introducing the young kids to something that they probably didn't know rocks. Because there's a lot of the popular stuff right now they're not rock stars. A lot of them. They want to be rock stars, but they're rappers or they're just like, top 50. And it's like, we got to start doing more to get rock music at the top of the charts,
Yeah.
So when I see this happen, I'm like, I get excited because I like all genres and every genre has a place and time, but it's like there hasn't been, like you said, a rock band in the last
on top of that,
decade.
Dream Theater won a Grammy.
For the first time.
That's amazing.
For the first
amazing,
time in like when? Never. It was their first Grammy. And they've been doing the game for how long? How many decades?
So there's still hope.
There's still hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I feel like
I miss the 90s. I feel like the 90s was just a treasure chest of so many different genres. Like it wasn't like you just had one genre killing it. Like you had so many different genres all putting out good music.
Yeah.
Every genre had good music. Everyone. The 90s didn't have everything. You had a little bit of everything.
I feel like there's just too much nowadays. You just get too much influence from other things. Like there's a lot of pop thing. Everything's popped out now, like it seems like.
Very cookie
At least
cutter.
if it's on the radio. I don't know.
I can't tell the difference between most of them because they all sound similar.
Right.
And it's funny. I think us saying that now is kind of like what our parents said about our music growing up.
Yeah.
And they're probably the same.
There's good music out there, but they all come from Sweden or Norway or Australia, it seems. But like in the States, I mean, what's a really good band that's come out of I don't know, like California used to have a lot of bands come out there from the 90s and the 2000s, right? So I feel like there needs to be that again. Like there has to be something that comes in and opens the rock scene again. And even if it's like something different, like post something, because what's in right now that's really, really like the top of the charts, that's still rock influenced.
I hate to say, since work from home, I don't like ever really listen to any radio much. So it's like, and if I do, usually I'm putting my own stuff on in the car, but even then I'm usually listening to like classic rock stations now because I'm about that too. That was definitely going up in my house. Scorpions, Boston's probably my favorite classic rock band of all time. CCR is another one that I absolutely could listen to any day and all day.
They're still the old guys still doing it. I'm taking my dad to see Roger Waters next month.
Oh, nice.
Because we went to see him in 2012 when he did the whole revamp the wall thing in Yankee Stadium. And, amazing. So, I mean, if you have a chance to see the legends that are still alive, go see them, you know?
So,
absolutely.
We have Mike Shreds on deck.
Yes.
Oh.
So we're going to drag him in.
And ask some serious questions here.
Yep.
Let's get down.
I got to give him permissions.
Yeah, I know how to play Master of Puppets. Thank you for the question. I'm just kidding.
Mike Shreds, you have 3 minutes. You're hot on the mic.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let it rip.
Dun, 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 dun. You need the come on down music.
Come on down, Mike Shreds.
What's up,
on
dude?
New York City Live.
Hello. We got to ask the question. What is...
Am I the guy on Reddit?
We need to know, what is your guilty pleasure band / group / like I'll disclose the secret. I like Blackpink. I like K-pop from Blackpink. So now we got to hear yours now.
Ooh.
I don't feel like mine's that bad, but I definitely feel like it is. But I guess I could go into like some other deep dives maybe. So my biggest guilty pleasure is Goo Goo Dolls. I absolutely love the Goo Goo Dolls. So they're to me, I think Resnick is one of the greatest songwriters.
It's the band that played Iris, right?
Yeah. I mean, who didn't like that song, right? I mean, until it got replayed over and over, but like.
But I mean, even aside from those songs, there's so many other good songs, and like, it's crazy to me that he thinks he's not good at guitar, and so that's why he does all these weird open tunings, because he likes to dumb it down for himself. But as like a normal guitarist, I'm thinking the opposite. I'm like, it's a fucking genius doing these guitar tunings and making this song on it, when really it's the opposite. But he's crazy because I think he doesn't give himself enough credit. I think he's an amazing lyricist.
Last night in your stream, you were talking about how live he has basically a separate guitar for every song of the set.
Yes, every song.
Every song.
Yeah, before I saw them the first time, me and Cameron, my singer, who was the one that was Justin Street. Oh, he's talking right now. There's Cameron right there. So this is the singer. This is the beautiful vocalist that you hear on the Silverchord songs.
He's like my instant bestie. When I saw him with that Louder Than Love T-shirt,
I told him about that.
I'm the biggest Soundgarden fan, honey. Like, oh my God, this is
Chris Cornell is number one.
Mine too. That's my biggest.
When him and
inspiration.
Chester passed, him and I were like not.
I cried. Like I still, when I listen to anything, I still get very like affected by his death. He was one of he's my favorite.
Absolutely. But before I saw Goo Goo Dolls the first time, Cameron and I joked like, "Oh, what if he changes guitars every song?" And I'm like, "He's not gonna do that. Like, he's gonna group some songs together to avoid that." No, literally, his guitar tech handed him a guitar every single song.
Are they like tuned differently, or are they just the same tuning? Like
so he changes everything. It's always a different open tuning. Everything is just random. It makes no sense.
So what's another one that's like?
Mike, you got a minute.
Blind.
You got one more minute. Go get another song. Get another question in there.
Go.
Oh, I was hoping to get some more something juicier out of that.
Third Eye Blind. I mean, that's another one. I think their first debut album is one of the greatest albums of the entire '90s from start to finish.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Any sappy slow dance songs that you're like? It comes on, you have to let it go.
Oof. I don't know if I don't really change music that much. I mean, like, you could put on My Heart Will Go On. I'd just let it play, dude. Like, it's just. Here, I'll even give you a little juicier one since you previous to like the previous question. I actually, and I haven't listened to them in a long time, but one that I actually will sometimes go back to, and I have to be in a weird mood, obviously, nowadays. But Dashboard Confessional was one I was very into when I was younger. I think the acoustic work on Dashboard stuff was always really good. And I don't know. Obviously, that's very emo, and like I don't ever really throw that one out there, but yeah.
So anything that's like
Thanks,
another
Mike.
job.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mike. You're the man. Thank you.
Later,
so much.
Mike. I wish you were here longer. You guys should get the like soundbite for the Price is Right when they come down the aisle. Every time you bring someone in.
Yes. Oh,
Great.
we're gonna play with it. We're gonna play with it. It's fun.
That was fun.
Anybody else?
Yeah, that was a good question.
Oh, we should get your singer, Cam. We should get you on here just because you're the singer.
Oh yeah.
Tell us
I don't know
something.
if unless he can't. I don't know. I know he's lurking. He was saying, but
Chris Cornell forever.
But,
He gets a pass
that's
because we have the same love for Chris Cornell.
Yeah, if you come on a Discord, I'll give you the role to pop in here so you can spend at least 3 minutes with us.
Yeah, just to talk about the band and yeah, normally well when we had Progcraft here, Parthium, which is his original band, first we had him here as just, you know, him being here as a guitarist, and we wanted to showcase his skills, and then we got to know him more in the band, and then they started doing like new music and the new music and the new album. And then he was like, hey, we're going to launch new music. Do you mind if we like go back and like, you know, talk about it? I was like, yes. Come on, let's do it. So if you guys have any new music or you're working on anything and want to come back, hey, maybe in October, who knows? I know that's like right around the corner, but you're always welcome to come with the band. We did do that with Parthium, and it was the three of them. And it was like, maybe we can work something out where we have different screens, you know, and have, even if it's remote, we can still do it. We can make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, we're actually working on. I mean, we're always working on stuff. Obviously, our big goal is to get this damn album out. We've been working on a 13-track album for. I hate even saying how long we've been working on it now because it's so embarrassing. We've been working on this thing for 5 years now.
Jeez.
But
You're overthinking it. Stop overthinking it.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like so many things would always like.
Yeah,
I ended up having a kid. I moved. COVID hit. Like there's just, and I'm the only one producing it all. I know. I give excuses, but I have no more excuses to give. To be honest, we're working on it. I'm too OCD too. That's the other thing. But I mean, also not everything's all been like finalized, like tracked. Like we still have bass stuff that needs to get tracked. Everything's in like demo form on that. Why you gotta tell 6 years? Just round it down, bro. Round it down, dude. You round it up.
To be exact, okay.
Son of a bitch.
I've been counting 4
He's
months.
like, how dare you?
10 days, 9 hours.
Anyways.
Well, Mike said it took 5 years.
Yeah, he
for
knows
Blood
like
Moon.
to the minute.
So, you know, sometimes, you know, you're giving an extra love, and good things take time.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we kind of did go through like a lot of changes on it. Like, so Silverchord started, you know, like I said, when I was in high school, I moved over to Riverside, and all my music buddies were in Orange County, which is like an hour drive. So I'd always commute for like band practice and stuff. And God, I don't remember when I moved back to Orange County. I think I moved back to Orange County like 2014 or 15. Cameron and I were kind of jamming a little bit. We were just kind of doing like fireside jams, kind of like, you know, we'd be at a bonfire. I'd have my guitar, and obviously he can sing, so we just fuck around. And so only music stuff that he'd really done before was with one of our best friends named Ethan. They did like hip hop stuff. I'm telling you, Cameron can spit. I swear to God, he's like a cousin of Eminem.
Shit.
No, it's unreal.
What?
It's yeah, and I'll send you this on the side. I'll send you some of their old stuff. It's so good.
Yeah, I gotta hear it.
It's so good. And they self-produced that stuff, and so he never really got like into like anything other than that. And you know, we were kind of jamming a little bit, and unfortunately, Ethan, who he had done that hip hop stuff with, had passed away in 2016.
Oh wow.
And huge lie. Yeah. What, that you hadn't done anything else? Oh, here we go.
Come on the Discord and tell us facts.
Yeah,
tell us the truth,
yeah, exactly,
Cam.
dude.
Let us
Defend
know.
yourself in the Discord.
Defend yourself.
Let's hear from the mouth of Cam.
I mean, I'm talking like multiple tracks. He's done some other things, like I think individually with somebody, but not like consistently.
So how did you meet Cam? You guys knew each other from way back then?
Yeah, we've known each other since middle school. We went to the same middle school, and same with like my guitarist and bassist as well. And our drummer, Austin, is Cameron's brother. So I've also known Austin for half my life too.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that he
I can't rap?
He's so stupid. He's so stupid.
Oh my God.
He's so dumb.
Cam is a car karaoke
Oh
star.
yeah, he is. he is. Definitely give that boy a follow on Instagram. He's always popping the car karaoke stories. So good.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Playing all the good. He's singing all the old school stuff like Bad Company, and fucking.
So it's like, is it that old school like gangster rap stuff that he can rap?
It's not that mumble rap, right?
It's, like
It's the good stuff, the good rap from the 90s, because there was good rap back then.
Oh yeah,
Like
Tupac's one of my
Tupac,
favorite.
Biggie,
So good. Oh yeah, you got that West Coast, East Coast. I actually was trying to find it must be in the trash, honestly, out of anger, but I was trying to find my Red Sox koozie just for you guys.
Now I want to hear a rap God cover. Now you got.
Oh my God.
Do it now. You got.
Cam probably used to be able. He'd probably. I don't know.
Metalify it.
He'd probably have to practice for that.
That would
He used to
that
be
would
able
go
to do that shit.
viral. I think that would work.
You just take all the basic crap music nowadays. Just metalify it and make it better.
Right. But yeah, so him and I have known each other since middle school, and that was kind of why. We started kind of getting together and doing like guitar and like just freestyling like around the campfire and stuff, because we were both. All my Orange County friends were like very music talented. Like all my close friends in Orange County were
So
like
many
everybody
good
played
bands
everything.
come from Orange County too.
Oh yeah. Offspring, Treyu.
Oh yeah. Love the Offspring.
Avenged, right?
Really?
I think so. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But yeah, I know I'm missing plenty of others too. But
So many, yeah.
But yeah,
The vibe over there is so great.
Oh yeah, I love Orange County.
So
I hate LA
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach is pretty good. I'm a 1,000 Steps guy down in Newport.
That's
Or
where
down in Dana. But
that's where
Hey,
Avenged is
Mom.
coming out of.
No doubt. Oh yeah, No Doubt's from Anaheim. Duh. Oh yeah, Social Distortion. Yo, Michelle, what's going on? Got some moms in here.
what up, Mom from Vikings? Thanks for the follow, by the way. Thank you so much.
That's your mom?
No, that's Cam's mom.
Oh.
Oh, what's up, Cam's mom?
LOL, hi mom.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Welcome,
No,
and thanks
she's
so much.
amazing. She is if it wasn't for her, Austin wouldn't be able to have done the amazing things he's done with all the bands he's been in.
It takes having parents to put up with their kids
100%.
drumming and
Super supportive.
I have my mom 100% to thank when I was in high school. I mean, she helped me get all the gear that I actually needed instead of being like, well, why don't we get this cheaper, like shit version? She didn't do that. Like she would.
We're gonna do it. We're
she'd
gonna do
make
it
sure-
right.
Yeah, exactly. So
awesome.
it was awesome. My mom was super supportive, and so was my dad.
Shout
But
out
my
to the
mom
Shout
for
moms.
sure.
outs to the moms and dads.
Shout out to the moms.
Super
Let's go.
supportive parents of the musicians, because I've seen a lot
Absolutely.
of them in the community, and then they watch streams. I love seeing that, and they come here, and then it's just great. I feel the love.
Yeah. Yeah, the story of Silverchord, of how it got started, is kind of a sad one, because we kind of did start because of losing Ethan. Unfortunately, we lost him to suicide.
Ah.
And it hit Cameron and me and all of our, our close-knit friends like super hard. And I just remember writing like a lot of somber kind of like guitar stuff on acoustic, and Cameron had heard that, and literally the guy is a genius at transferring musical emotion that doesn't have lyrics onto paper. I still listen to our own stuff. I know it's really stupid to say this, but I listen to our own stuff as therapy sometimes because his lyrics are so well done. Every lyric on everything we've written is by him, all him, and it's so similar to like the greats like Chris and Chester, where their lyrics just hit on a different level sometimes.
Oh yeah,
And,
for
like-
me, it's like poetry,
Yes.
emotion,
Yeah.
raw energy put into
Exactly.
words.
Yeah.
So I get it. I feel that. and I listen to lyrics a lot. I know drummers don't. I know a lot of the drummers are like, oh, we listen to the beat, but like singers and guitarists seem to like really penetrate the words.
Sometimes I listen to a lyric, but like it's not all the time I get to really hone into the lyrics when I'm learning how to play the drums.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I feel that, and I think that isn't stupid. I think that's just pure emotions that you relive, and it's a way of getting it out and expressing it. And so when you hear it, it's like, oh, I honed that experience, that emotion, and I was able to bring it out. And
Absolutely,
so if other people can listen to that and feel the same way, then you've impacted it with your own words and your own emotions that other people feel too. That probably can't describe it, because there's people that can't describe their emotions, or they only listen to the harmonies or the beat. And then even so, there's a lot of instrumental music that you don't need words. It's just the feeling behind it, right?
And I think that's like a huge part of how I try to structure solos. So, I guess to kind of finish up answering one of the questions earlier, I think I'd have to add Kirk Hammett into one of my favorite guitarists as well. I know everybody likes to trash him on like the overuse of wah pedal, obviously, but if you listen to like his early solos, like on those first 5 Metallica albums, even after, but he's just really good at structuring solos. Like it doesn't always have to be a flashy thing. He knows when to make it breathe and when to like slow down just to get a melody in or something that's going to catch the ear a lot differently. And I think Iron Maiden kind of obviously a lot of the greats like David Gilmour. I mean,
that's my favorite guitarist.
One of the best. Absolutely. And John is another one too. Like he knows when to do that. But like obviously Dream Theater does their runs and all that crazy stuff, but he knows exactly how to do
like pull back.
Yes, exactly. Like
give it to you.
And I think I think our music fits really well with that, because it's not metal, and I think solos are definitely important to tell a story, and like I try to tell my story like through solos and like lead work and stuff like that. But Cameron and I have just done a really good job of like kind of just putting the pieces together of what our pros and cons are, and making it into something that we think's relatable. And we try to put everything into a positive light for the most part. It's not like we're trying to make like depressing songs. Like our first song is called Piece of You, and it was dedicated to Ethan. It was the very first song we wrote, and like the whole song is just about like losing him, and it's just really like one of those songs about losing somebody super close to you, but trying to remember them in like the right aspect and not feeling guilty about things that you should have done and stuff like that. And and then we kept writing some other stuff. We had some other things happen that just were really personal to us, and then we literally 2017, so right after the next year after we lost Ethan, we lost Chris and Chester. And I remember telling Cameron, I'm like, we need to make a song that's like directly about mental health, and he knocked it out of the park with some lyrics. And it's actually one of my favorite songs that we have, a song called Too Far Gone. It's not released yet, but man, that I'm hoping that one changes some lives.
Release it.
We need to hear this. The world needs it. The world needs this music.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Do you have a projected plan or date that you're?
So we haven't put a single out in a while. We got 3 singles out right now. Like I said, we're working on a 13-song album. We were planning on just releasing like a single coming up, but I think we're doing some more talks about possibly releasing multiple singles or maybe a mini EP of songs that are from this album, just to kind of hold everybody over with more than just one song until we get the rest of it out, and then just drop all 13 songs later on.
13.
It would be sick to get that album done by the end of the year, but every time I put some projection on it, it never goes to plan. So I hate saying
maybe new year, a new year, maybe launch New Year's.
Yeah, maybe 2022. What's crazy too is we thought 2020 was gonna be the year, and then the world had different plans.
Oh, forget it. 2012 was just a shift in everything.
Yeah.
I don't think the world ever really. I don't think it'll ever feel the same. But I think 13 tracks, at least, started off by just singles. Like, just drop a single and then drop another one in another 2 months and then another one. And then
We learned that waterfall effect.
the waterfall method.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I have kind of heard about that. It seemed to work out really well.
Just to keep the traction of the prior releases,
Consistency,
and not lose that development, because then when you launch a new song, then it'll trickle into the other one that you've launched a little while ago, and then you're adding on to the view count on that.
Yeah,
so, it helps.
Yeah, we're so bad at social media too. We suck at post. We're like so boomer when it comes to that. It feels like.
Okay, don't feel bad. There's a lot of people that I know are the same.
Yeah, Luna's trying to really help his
I'm really
band.
beating down my bandmates to do stuff online, and I'm like, I can't be the only one doing this, guys. Come on.
You gotta take control sometimes.
Man, I feel you there. Yeah, luckily I've been getting a little bit more help lately, which is good. But yeah, it kind of sucks when it's like sometimes it feels like you're just taking care of all of that. But
so where did you?
I feel you there.
You come up with your name. What does your name mean?
Silverchord. So Silverchord, we came up with that because what a Silverchord is like a connection to your like astral spirit, like outside of your body, essentially. And we had kind of heard that term kind of tossed around a little bit while Ethan was still alive, and I think it just kind of clicked more afterwards. Once he passed, I don't know. Cameron and I just kind of thought it just kind of clicked well, because I don't know about Cameron. I know he didn't really have maybe the same experiences, but when I was writing some songs, I swear to God, I felt like Ethan's presence on some things. Like
you were channeling him.
Yeah,
like
100%. Like
100%. Spiritual realm.
There's a solo on one of our songs that every time I fucking hear it, I remember how I felt when I wrote it, and it gives me chills every time. And I just think like having that connection of why this group started, and him being that reason, like that's how close he was to us. I just think it's important for us not to forget it, and to remember what we're trying to do with our music, and not just write music to write music. We're trying to write music to prevent tragedies from happening, and try and hopefully get people into the right state of mind, or maybe just ease any pain they might be having.
Using it as a form of communication.
Yes, exactly.
Just trying to reach the hearts of people that can actually feel, what you're trying to say, and understand it through its feeling. So
100%, and that's exactly what music did for me. So it's just I'd love to repay that.
Yeah, I need to hear more of it, because when we lost Chris, I felt like that was a piece of my soul that died, because I felt like I grew up loving him since I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like the first musician that I really fell in love with, like in every aspect. And then the first concert I ever went to, I was a tiny little tween, and I saw Soundgarden in their prime. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I was lucky. I saw Soundgarden so many times. I saw Audio Slave. I saw him on his solo tours. The last concert.
I never got to see him live, which I hate.
Oh my God. Like everything. I just felt everything. I felt his lyrics because I saw him grow older, and I grew older. And so like I felt like while those emotions went by, and his solo stuff and everything, from like all the things he went through, I felt like I went through it with him through the music. So when he passed, I felt like, like we lost one of those great guys
100%.
that like all he did was try to show the world what he felt, and he helped me even when I felt those feelings.
Yep.
And I came through it from the dark side. So I feel like when, like the way you describe it, it's like that's what we need. We need more of that, because there's a 12-year-old out there feeling like the way I felt when I was 12. And then as an adult, you look back and you're like, I wouldn't probably be here if I didn't have that as a therapy, as like to hone my feelings, because he felt that way. I was feeling like that. I wasn't alone, throughout my whole youth. So that's why I have that connection with him. So when we lost him, I felt like my spirit, something inside of me just felt like dimmed. And then I don't think I found anyone truly the way I felt with him, like as a musician. And that's sad because I'm like longing for like someone that I feel that. But I don't know. I think it was because when you're 12, you're so vulnerable and you're looking for that person to inspire you. And that's when it happened.
Absolutely. That's like, and that's how Chester was for me when he passed too, because like when Hybrid Theory came out, my parents were divorcing. I was in 5th grade, and like that album like saved my fucking life. I feel like I didn't stop listening to that album for like 6 months. I would try to put on other things, and I'd be like, this isn't what I'm feeling. Like I just need. I couldn't put it down. I feel like Chris and Chester were so similar because they're just so powerful in their lyrics, and like you're saying, like you experience what they're experiencing through their lyrics because they're so honest in their lyrics.
Yeah,
and
so raw.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just so much. Like I feel it. Like just talking about it, my heart hurts. It really does. Like that's how much it feels.
It's good to piggyback on that with like some uplifting, news that here on YenYorkCity's channel, she does a lot of like meditation streams and
sound healing,
healing and stuff like that. So the reasons why we do a lot of this conversations with musicians because music is a form of therapy.
Absolutely.
And and just to kind of tie it all together with what Yen does provide here on her channel.
Yeah, I do try to weave those two together, because it is healing and frequencies and music and sound healing. I do singing bowls. I do all that kind of stuff. And that was kind of my outlet also. And that's when I started doing that in 2012. And that's when I stopped drinking. And I was like, okay, my life, I'm just going to get really healthy. And then I started that whole journey. But music was always there. So it's like you can have a healthy lifestyle. And because for me, it was dark. I didn't have a good control over it until I realized I just can't do it anymore. And then I just like shifted my whole life. But that's what I'm saying. Some people, they come out the other side surviving, so.
Oh, absolutely. Our drummer is a perfect example of that. He just had his 5-year sobriety.
Wow. Congratulations.
Not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. And, I mean, one of our songs, our second song written, is about how bad of a state he was in, like, while everything was happening. I mean, Cameron literally wrote the lyrics. This was not long after Ethan had passed. He was just having some really bad drug issues when he'd get back from tours, and he'd go disappear for a couple days, like nobody hear from him. And Cameron literally put a song into basically saying, I'm still fucked up from my friend just passing. How am I gonna fucking deal with your shit? Like, and so the song's called Still Broken. It's actually, there's a demo of it on our Spotifys and stuff. The lyrics on that are just, man, it's just like eye-opening, honestly. But it's like, it's so relatable in many ways because, there's always, I don't know.
It's an outlet
it's great,
for everything. Yeah. Music is so healing. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to put this stuff out there because we need it. We need it. The world needs it. And, it's a form of therapy. Music is healing. And I'm always saying it. And this is why I do these podcasts, like when we were in quarantine, I was like, I'm going to go crazy if I don't see a live show, if I don't go and like see musicians doing their thing. Like I feel the energy and you miss it. You miss the energy, being around people and everybody singing in unison and the whole experience. So this is why I started these podcasts, because it was like, okay, well, we're all going to survive this together, right? And we're going to one podcast at a time, getting to know everyone and having a community, because Twitch is about community. You can't grow without having a community and, having each other's backs. And, you'll see all of us in each other's streams, hanging out. So it really feels like that. And I've been on other platforms and it's never been this good.
Doesn't feel like that. No, yeah, exactly.
It's the best here. It really is. Everybody's so
really
awesome.
Good.
But, so I was going to say, 12 songs to the soundtrack of your
12
life.
songs. Yeah, I had to think about these today.
I did tell you last night. I was like, okay, I'll give you
I'm
I'll
glad
give
you
you a
gave me the
warning.
heads up, 'cause
Yes,
I definitely,
heads up.
Yeah, I don't know. I still could probably switch some around. I actually had to switch one around, but that's okay. So, yeah, 12 songs. Like I said, I wanted to actually play this song, but it's just so cliche right now. Metallica's Master of Puppets is definitely, I think, the reason why I picked up guitar. I think just being obsessed with James Hetfield, like, I don't know, the guy is just a rock icon, like a metal icon. Like when I was a kid and watching him on like live videos, he just was the most badass dude. I just wanted to be that. So that was like a huge reason why I got into guitar. Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name, probably another song that really helped me pick up guitar. And just like, I saw Iron Maiden when I was 10 years old. That was my second concert.
What?
And this was right when Bruce Dickinson came back, so they did a best of tour. So it was just like,
lucky.
yeah. My first concert was Kiss when I was 8 years old. The original lineup. They got back together with the makeup. So yeah, my parents took me to a lot of awesome concerts when I was a kid.
You had the best parents taking you at 8 years old.
Oh, they
what?
were awesome.
You can't get any cooler than that for parents.
Yep. Yeah, seriously. Totally. I got lucky with some parents that just love to throw music on to me. My mom still gives me shit that she had to miss the Scorpions because she was pregnant with me.
Aww.
Just like, okay, whatever. At least you've seen them once. I've never even seen them. It's like, whatever. But yeah. If I was to keep going down, I got a couple other songs that I think really helped with like me picking up guitar and just getting into like what I really liked. Pantera's Cemetery Gates.
I love that one. That one's one of my favorites.
The first time I heard that song, I was in shock of like what sound was coming out of the guitar. I like, obviously, you know, you'd heard Eddie Van Halen do a lot of his crazy, you know, whammy dives and all that stuff, but like Dime just took it to like another level. And I think that's why he's one of my favorite guitarists, because just the things he did on guitar and how easy he made it look was just like unmatched. That was another big one to help me like just keep trying to get into metal and just like wanting to play harder stuff rhythmically on guitar. And Iced Earth's Prophecy is another song. It's just got like a lot of gallop like type chugging in it. And Iced Earth is like, when I heard that, it was like, you know, Metallica's known for all the downstrokes. James is like really good at down picking and all that, those heavy chugs, but Iced Earth is like Iron Maiden on steroids. So when I heard that, I was like, this shit is like so fast, and like I just absolutely love it.
We were just talking about Iced Earth not too long ago.
Yeah.
It was like Blind Guardian and Iced Earth.
Opened with that. I actually almost opened with an Iced Earth song.
Yeah.
I couldn't decide. I figured I'd play the first song that really got me into screaming metal, but I kept tossing up what cover I was gonna do. I didn't know. Another song. So you kind of mentioned like Blind Guardian too. Another song is "Fiddler on the Green" by Demons and Wizards. Which is, you know, Hansi from Blind Guardian's side project with John Schaefer from Iced Earth. That was like, I think the first song that I really was able to understand like how well an acoustic composition can fit in like metal. And I think secretly songs like that are a big influence to what I write now, because our entire Silverchord stuff was all written acoustic. It was all acoustic. There was no distortion guitars or anything. Every lead was like a clean lead. And then Austin tracks his drums, and him being a metal drummer, everything just is like crazy. We're like, okay, we can add distortion into this and make this like hard rock. And then that's when we just like kind of, so that was like another thing of why things have been taking so long, is we kind of almost not restructured, but rebranded our sound after the drums were tracked, because we realized what it could be. So that was kind of cool. So I really like, but I really appreciate a lot of acoustic stuff. And so if I had to go into like other really deep songs, Alice in Chains' Nutshell is probably one of my like all-time favorite acoustic songs.
I'm a huge grunge girl, so Alice in Chains
Lane Staley's my favorite singer of all time.
Yeah,
I don't.
no one could be him. I'm sorry, nobody could be him.
Nobody. It's so crazy to like listen to his lyrics and hear like the pain in his performances, but like it's so raw. And, like him and Cornell were just so like, man, to have been able to go shows in the early 90s when they were both around would have been in their prime, would have been unreal.
Yeah, my other one is Jeff Buckley. I'm sure your singer probably knows who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
There's another one. He died way too young, and no one could be him. It's just they just had those unique voices that they just have that signature sound in their vocals.
Yeah, Lane definitely did. I think, have you ever heard like those isolated vocals on YouTube where like somebody strips out the music and it's just that
the pain in his voice?
Those the Lane Staley tracks of those are like just chilling. They're so good. See, I think another one that always has been like a really good one to me, and it's kind of like a sad one, but Offspring Has Gone Away. It's always been one that emotionally just kind of like pulls me in, and I think even more so as I've gotten older, that song is just way more relatable. I used to be very obsessed with Offspring when I was younger.
I loved Offspring too as
overly
a kid.
obsessed.
I saw them
like,
a few
so
times
much.
live.
You know what's crazy is as obsessed I am, I've never seen them live.
No.
I'm serious. Yeah, I've never seen them. I'm so bummed. It really drives me crazy.
They're still around. I haven't seen them in years, but their energy on stage is so fun.
I should have gone to I don't know why I didn't go to the Smash like 20th anniversary. There was like something going on. I couldn't make it or something, but that was a mistake. But
next time, don't let the chance pass you by.
Seriously.
And go.
Well, yeah. So I never got to see Dimebag live, and the one chance that I was supposed to, I got grounded, and my mom wouldn't let me go to the show.
Aww.
And then
What you do? You must have done something really bad.
I didn't call her when I went to my friend's house. It's the stupidest shit, man. She'd always make sure you call me.
She loved you and she worried probably, and you made her sad.
I called her every other day, but I didn't call her one time, and she grounded me for a month. It was such bullshit.
Oh, but I'm sure you didn't miss calling her after that.
No. Actually, I'd never called her again because I was so pissed
No.
at her. I'm just kidding. But no,
you.
he ended up passing the next month because of that whole thing, and I was just
no.
devastated. I was devastated. Yeah, this was the Damage Plan. It wasn't with Pantera, but yeah, that kind of sucked. I was really bummed about that. But yeah, some other songs, I would say. I mentioned Linkin Park, like when my parents said Split was like super therapeutic to me. The very last song on Hybrid Theory, Pushing Me Away, is like a really, at the time it was just like, those songs where like sometimes you just don't even listen to the album, you just put the song on repeat. That was like one of those songs.
Yeah, that whole album from front to back is just flawless.
So good. It really is. We actually just did a playthrough on that.
Yeah. So good.
The other day, because I can't believe it's been 5 years since Chris and Chester have passed.
I know.
It's crazy.
It goes by so fast.
It does. But
you're not gonna let another 5 years go by. You're gonna release some music soon, hopefully in the next 5 months.
Very soon. No, very soon. No, we're making moves, but like the thing is too is like it sucks because like you can't. It's not as easy as just putting out a song. Like everything is like so social media based, where it's like you almost have to be prepared to have, you got to have the teaser content. Like almost if you don't do a music video or a lyric video of some sort, you're out of your mind if you don't do that, because you're just missing out on like extra stuff. So we're trying to also be prepared with like getting that stuff lined up, because I feel like that's a huge part of it. Like having that stuff with dropping new music just will help, I guess. It just seems like that's the game. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just see it that way, I guess. But it just seems like
you should have things prepped to promote. But like, early initial promotions aren't as necessary until promotions afterwards, right? So like if you're anticipating like a big drop and you don't really have a lot of people you're dropping it to, like you have to promote to those that don't know you. So you run ads on a teaser of your song and then have them go and check the rest out on Spotify. You know? Yeah. And that can happen anytime afterwards. So, but you know, social media is definitely like nowadays the main caveat of gaining anything in the public.
Absolutely.
Because you're not handing out, you know, CDs to anyone anymore. You know, you're not handing out flyers or anything
Remember
like
street
that.
teams used to get you know, people
oh my gosh.
after
I got
every
into
concert.
some bands that way actually. I did get into some bands that way.
Yeah, it's true. It did work.
It
You would
did.
get stickers and stuff. They would just hand you like singles.
Yep.
Those are the days. I remember. It's fun. I think how many songs was that already? I think it was like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I think I'm on 8. So I think they got 4 more.
4 more.
Yeah, I think so. So another one that absolutely to me is just like an excellent song about getting through a rough day is The Warmth by Incubus. That song I think is super underrated. I don't know why that's not a talked about song more from them. It's literally their best song. But yeah, that's like just one of those lyric hitters that's just so good. And I just love Brandon Boyd's amazing. I mean, that band is so good. I got to see them on the 20th anniversary to the date of the Make Yourself album in their hometown, which was so sick. That was a crazy good show.
Yeah, they have so much energy on stage.
Oh yeah.
And it's like hit after hit after hit. It's every
they,
song is like fucking awesome.
It really is. They put out like 5 solid albums in a row.
Yes.
And I know it's like it's been a long time since they've had like really great albums as a whole, but like how long do you expect them to always put out? Like they can't. Even Metallica like eventually fell off, you know, like and that's just more of a matter of opinion too, you know. You're gonna come across people that probably absolutely love Incubus's newer album start to finish, but that band is just a good all-around band. Yeah, see, it's one of Cameron's favorites too. Let's see. So that kind of goes, I guess, with another. We were talking about this earlier. I actually have Iris down as one of my songs. And it's kind of odd too because that song is like me and my wife's like song.
Aww.
And I know like a lot of people say that, but this is like eerily our song because we would go to restaurants or like 31 Flavors or like at a store.
Synchronicities.
And it would always be on the fucking everywhere. And if I was by myself or something, it'd never be on. It was just this weird thing. We're like, all right, this is clearly like some weird, this has to be our song. So, but yeah, I've always loved that song. Just a good,
some like twin flame shit right there.
What was that?
Like twin flames type stuff going on when you guys are together. All these things happen and it's in sync. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then my last 2 songs are like actually the only. It's kind of weird. I actually didn't realize how easy this list was gonna be, but I guess maybe I should have thought about it more. But I got 2 songs with like screaming bands that I got into, even though there's more I could definitely add. One was that Night Rage song that I opened up with, Being Nothing, and I think it's just because it was like my tipping point song where I was like, okay, I actually can get into this now. But yeah, it's kind of like, I guess that's why it's soundtrack to my life like type song, because it just really helped carry me over to like a new style of metal that I was not about at first. Like I hated it. My bandmates would try to get me into it and they couldn't convert me. I was like, no, because they wanted our frontman to start doing scream. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. I didn't. Stupid. But then we ended up doing it anyway, so, but it's funny. And then my last song would be Satellites and Astronauts by In Flames. It's my favorite In Flames song. It's just got some really good lyrics that, I don't know, lyrics to take to the heart are always good. So.
I love it.
But yeah. Oh yeah, our daughter's middle name is Iris. Yeah,
oh, that's
Abigail
perfect.
Iris.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
We almost made her first name Iris, but they were like, let's not.
Still would have been beautiful though. Iris,
Yeah.
and by itself or as a middle name is perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aw.
But yeah, those are the.
I think that's a solid list.
Woo!
Really solid list.
Yeah, I think so. There's too many songs to choose. Too many damn songs.
You put in everything, like a little bit of like your youth. You put you and your wife's song. Everything. It's the soundtrack of your life. That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
So I gotta say, Ren, it's been a pleasure. It's been so fun getting to know you in a deeper level. We had so many different topics that we talked about. We even had Mike Shreds come in and do the first call-in, which was fun because that's a new thing we're gonna incorporate.
Yeah,
And
that was cool.
yeah, it's just been so fun, and I feel like people could connect with a lot of what you said when it comes to writing music and the emotions that you put into your writing. And I think that in itself will make anyone really see that you're one of those musicians that they want to follow, get to know, and also hear your music, because I think your music needs to be out there, honey. Go get it. And
Right.
and Cam is over here saying just release already.
I know.
So you gotta start, pushing it
Chatting
through.
with him probably in a little bit after this, I'm sure.
And when you guys are ready, come back and we can set it up where we have 3 screens and then we have all you guys just talking remotely.
That would be
Band interview.
That'd be
a
awesome.
band, yeah, with the band.
That
We
would be
did it with
awesome.
Parthium. We did it with Progcraft,
Yeah.
and it was one of the most funnest podcasts I think we've had. Like, it was
That's
such
cool.
a blast. We had so
You guys,
many laughs.
you guys would love Cam and the other guys. They're hilarious.
I can imagine.
Hilarious.
I know we would talk a lot with Cam because it seems
Oh,
like we're very
we never
similar.
shut up. We
Yeah.
never shut up.
So with that said, guys, don't forget to follow Destro. Please go follow him. What's your schedule like? When can we see you full on your stream next?
So I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central. So 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. So I'll be streaming tomorrow night. We usually do metal Mondays, and then Wednesdays and Saturdays are just like kind of whatever. Honestly, we kind of play some non-metal stuff on Monday. It slips in, but yeah,
fun.
3 days a week, all at the same time. Trying to keep it consistent.
Destro puts out huge energy, says Skurfield. Great tone, shreds with accuracy, always impresses.
Oh,
Keep
man,
it
Matt,
rocking, my
thanks so much.
dude.
So here's a side story. I've actually seen Matt live multiple times and
What?
found it out afterwards because he used to play with Gary Hoey, and Gary Hoey is like one of my favorite guitarists. Actually, it was kind of one of the reasons I got into guitar also. And I've seen Gary a lot of the times, and Matt was playing drums.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love
Yeah,
that story.
So awesome. So
Wow.
awesome.
That's amazing. I love to hear it. Wow. So, guys, he's gonna take us out with a last song. Which one is it gonna be?
I'm gonna play "Good Friend," which is on our social media or all Spotify's, iTunes, and all that stuff. That way, everyone can check it out. This was our first single that we put out. This is probably the song I'm most proud of because it kind of hits all cylinders of like what our sound is like, and I think that's why it's a good one to close out with.
I think so too. So this is an original song by Silverchord,
go.
right? And it's
That is correct.
And hopefully we'll have new music soon, guys. So don't forget to follow and stay tuned. We're gonna go raid somebody awesome afterwards. Thank you, guys. I love you. See you next time.